friends, so today the part of our the spiritual wisdom. We'll be sharing the spiritual wisdom with you, right? So that the spiritual wisdom is Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga. Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga. So most of the, everybody might have heard about Patanjali Maharshi. Patanjali Maharshi has come about 5,000 years ago to the Earth planet, right? He has designed and defined the complete spiritual science in the form of Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga, 8-step yoga. That is 8-step yoga, which has been designed by Patanjali Maharshi, friends. So through which he has introduced the spiritual science, so-called Adhyatmika Gnana, Adhyatmika Shastra, Jivana Shastra, Dhyana Shastra. So this is spiritual science, Dhyana Shastra, life science, Jivana Shastra, Dhyana Shastra, Adhyatmika Shastra. All are one and same, which has been introduced to this entire world. So through the Patanjali 8-step yoga, friends. So this 8-step yoga, first of all, what is yoga? Yoga means the union of your own mind. First of all, the union of your own breath with your own mind. Your mind, that especially your breath, just joining with your mind. So they are not separate now. They are one with each other, right? That is union. Union means, so yoga means union. That is getting one, getting oneness, right? So that's called yoga. Yoga means, do not confuse with yoga, yogasanas, all this. Yogasanas is different. Yoga means is a bigger sense, a bigger perspective, larger perspective. The exact meaning of yoga is equal to union. Union of your breath with your mind. And then your mind with your soul, especially. That means, so your mind is going to disappear. Then you merge with your own soul consciousness, with your emptiness. Okay. So that means you are, especially the mind, you are just joining with your soul consciousness. You are just uniting each other. You are uniting each other so that your mind is dropped off. Your mind is dropped to zero. Then you are a pure consciousness. So that is the state. It's a perfect yogic state. That's called perfect yogic state, my dear friends. So to achieve that perfect yogic state, that is pure blissful state, or pure zero state, or pure conscious state. So that is the state of mind everybody has to achieve. That is possible through the 8-step Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga. So my dear masters, my dear friends, the spiritual science is going to answer all our queries. Whatever you are facing day-to-day life, right, mundane life, whatever we go through, whatever we are facing currently, and whatever we are going to face, whatever the karmas we are going to receive, whatever the karmas which are going to act upon us, for all of them, for everything, that will be answered by a spiritual science. Everybody must practice spiritual science. So this spiritual science is defined by Patanjali in the form of 8-step yoga. Okay, friends. So first of all, so what we are the pure consciousness. We are the pure soul consciousness. We depart from the so-called or Purnatma, that is supreme intelligence. The supreme intelligence, from supreme intelligence, we depart. We divide and take the birth on this earth planet, my dear friends. So then we are the individual souls. We are the individual souls on this earth planet. We divide that like the mother gives the birth to the children or the baby, infant. Similarly, the Purnatma, supreme intelligence, it gives the birth to all the child soul, all the individual souls, or the infant souls. Likewise, we are all born as individual souls from the Purnatma in so-called Satyaloka. In Satyaloka, this particular process will take place. So once we are born out of the Purnatma or Supreme Intelligence as individual souls, we come to the Earth planet, my dear friends. We come to the Earth planet as an individual soul. How do we come? We come through, the soul will come through our, the mother womb as a physical body. We come out of the physical womb and then we born as an individual human being. So the soul is living in the human being, my dear friends, human body. We means who? You are a soul consciousness. You are a pure consciousness. You are living in the physical body. Physical body is not yours. You are living in the physical body. You are not the mind, you are not the physical body. Your mind is also not yours. You are living in the, you are using your mind. You are using your physical body. Please remember these 2 points. It means as a individual soul consciousness, a pure soul consciousness, you descend from the higher worlds, from the different lokas to this physical planet or any other planet in the universe, physical universe. In the physical universe, any planet you descend, you born as a individual human body. So your soul consciousness is living within your physical body. And also your mind is also used by your soul consciousness for its day-to-day activities. That's called conscious mind, isn't it? So likewise, so all this, this entire, whatever we try to understand, all these aspects, they're all part of the spiritual science. They're all part of the Dhyana Shastra. They're all the part of Adhyatmika Shastra, Adhyatmika Vignan, right? So friends, so these things are clearly defined by Patanjali Maharshi in order to make us to understand in a clear format. He has given a 8-step approach. He has given the great approach, 8-step approach in order to make you get realized. That means in order to get enlightenment. A individual human being, individual soul, which is born onto the earth planet or any other planet in this universe, ultimately, it is born as an infant soul. It has to rise to the infinity soul, or it has to become a matured soul, or it has to become a enlightened soul. A infant soul to become an enlightened soul, what is the process? What is the approach? Day in, day out, all the time. What kind of approach you need to follow? Isn't it? So we all know the approach, only one approach. We came to the earth planet, we born as a human being, we born as a child, then after that, so in the childhood, the entire childhood will go as a part as a child, you'll be playing and you'll be, so learning a lot of things and all, right? You go to the school, attend the school, then go to college, become a youngster, then adult, then adulthood will come, then old age will come, then you pass away, isn't it? So this is the entire cycle of one particular life, right from the a child to the old age, and then pass away, depart from this world, isn't it? In between, you may be doing some work, you may be doing some other work or some other profession you may be into, but with which you will not be able to gain any kind of a awareness. With this approach, my dear friends, you never become a intelligent person. You will become a ignorant person. You will become a more or less a cruel being, a cruel person. You don't understand. You never obtain the compassion, love, kindness, patience. All this will not be possible. You'll be totally immersed into the submerged into the so-called materialistic world with this approach. Probably what you gain part of your life, maybe because of your parents, you may be visiting some temples. You may develop some kind of rituality, no spirituality, rituality. So with which you do some prayer. You always try to give your wish list to the God. You want to achieve all of them. If you don't achieve them, you blame the God, you blame the other person. A non-spiritualistic person is always will be he is blaming, he will be playing the blame game, and he comment others, he interfere with other lives, he judge others. Judge you not. See what Jesus Christ said? Judge you not. You should never judge others. You have no right to judge others. No judgment, no comments, no interference, no blaming. That is a pure spiritualistic person. But as a materialistic person, as we don't know about the spirituality, as we don't know about the meditation, we are like a materialistic, ignorant person. So we are a pure ignorant person. So with which, so what will happen, friends? Ultimately, we suffer a lot throughout the life with the great difficulties. We go through all the difficulties, hardships in our own life. We get into a lot of physical illness, mental illness, suffering, financial losses, the great disorder in the life. Many of the difficulties, many of the crisis happens. Then slowly you get into the see deeper, the deeper and deeper diseases, the so-called, the aggravated diseases. Then slowly you will be vacating your body and then depart from here. This is what the normal course of life, my dear friends. But change a little, change a little. What you change? Change your thoughts, change your mind, then change your life. Be the change yourself. That's what we say. What spiritual science says? Be a change yourself. You create your own your reality. You create your own reality. Nobody else can come and create your own reality, your reality. You are responsible for your reality. The spiritual science also talks about whatever you do, you have to suffer. Whether if you do good, you will get the good results. If you do bad karma, you get the bad results. You need to experience the bad results, of course. So that's why the spirituality, spiritual science, it means it's going to define all these aspects, right? So without understanding all these things, my dear friends, we run through our entire life. Because we run through all the entire life without knowing all these fundamentals, what happens? We suffer a lot. Because without knowing, you may be doing something or other mistakes, and you may not be going in a proper direction. The proper way of leading your life, you do not know how to do the karmas, what kind of karmas need to be done, how to talk, what not to talk, how much to eat, what not to eat, when to become silent, when to do meditation, go into the silence, go into the mental and physical silence. All these things you do not know. All the time you'll be wasting a lot of energy, a lot of gossiping, a lot of blaming, isn't it? You'll be always talking about the third person. You never bother about yourself. You never corrected yourself. How to open your mouth, what to be spoken. Whatever we speak out of your mouth, that is going to define your own personal personality. Whatever you eat into your stomach through your mouth, it doesn't much matter. But whatever you speak through your mouth with your own way of thinking, that's going to change your entire personality. It's going to define the personality to the entire world. So be so cautious about what you talk. It means trikarana suddhi. That means the way you speak, the way you think, the way you speak, the way you do, your deeds and thinking and speaking, all the words, all this must be refined. It must be purified. This is called trikarana suddhi. All these essential things of this so-called our life, my dear friends, they're all defined by spiritual science. It's called Jivana Shastra, life science. So all this must be taught to the every children. Every child these must be taught right from the beginning, right from the age of 7 years, isn't it? So if you do that, what will happen? Your child will grow and become a master. He will be a master. Be a master. He will become a master of whom? Master of himself, master of his own mind, master of his own life. Once he becomes a master of his own life, you don't need to guide anything at all. He can lead his life independently. He don't depend on anybody. He is so brave. He is having highest patience, perseverance, and facing any difficulties, any hardships. He never shake. He never get into any kind of a disappointment or depression. There is no kind of a sadness. He has got an attitude of acceptance. He will be living in the nature of acceptance, all the things, whether it is okay, not okay, whether he got it or not got it, whether he has got money or not got money, whether he has a food today, no food for today. Doesn't matter for him. Everything is okay for him. He enjoy every minute, every second in this on this earth planet. Of his journey of every second, he'll be spending with the greatest amount of so-called blissness. So that is how he lead the life if he become a master. To become a master, what are the things to be done? You have to practice, you have to got to practice only meditation, only the spiritual wisdom, through the spiritual way, through the spiritual science. By understanding the spiritual science, my dear friends, deeper and deeper into spiritual science, you will become master. Then you attain all these qualities of life. So nature of the so-called the acceptance, forgiveness, forgetfulness, and so-called gratitude, power of gratitude. everything will achieve, my dear friends. You try to attract the greater things towards you. You always vibrate with the highest amount of, so-called miraculous thinking. You'll be always doing miraculous thinking because you're a master. You became a master. You became enlightened. Through what way? Which way you are enlightened? You have got enlightened through the spirituality, with the help of spiritual wisdom, with the help of so-called meditation. So that's why everybody has to become a master. Everybody has to become enlightened in his own life, this life or next life, or any number of lives, whatever it is. You have to keep coming back if you don't become a master. If you choose to become a master in this current life, my dear friends, you don't need to come back to the earth planet all the time, nevertheless, no. So you don't need to come back again and again. You don't need to. Only when you come to the earth planet after becoming a master, after becoming enlightened, you may come sometimes to the earth planet in order to teach others, in order to educate others. Otherwise, you have no purpose to, you have no business to come to the earth planet because you have finished all your lessons on this earth planet. Once you become an enlightened master, once you become a master, my dear friends. So, in order to become a master, we need to understand the spiritual science. Today, we are understanding this spiritual science in the process of, through the 8th step of Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga. My dear friends, Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga is defined in the 8th step process. What are the 8 steps? Let's understand each step in an elaborate way, right? So the 8 steps are Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. These are the 8 steps, my dear friends. So now what happens is in this 8 step, first 2 steps are Eva Nema. Yama, Nema are all the actually principles and regulations and conditionings of life. What are the principles need to be followed? And out of those principles, the strict principles of everybody must follow. Yama and Nema. Friends, so these Yama, Nema, they are very strict principles, very difficult principles. Everybody cannot follow. In the olden days, what happens is we used to send the children to the Gurukuls. So in the Gurukul, what happened? They used to grow right from the age 10 to the age 5th to the age 20. Till fifth year to the 20th year of their age, they were growing in the only Gurukul. They were not with the parents. So in that times, what happened? They used to first make the practice of Yama and Niyama. So that is why this sequence of all the 8 steps are applicable for all the so-called or age old practices, age-old gurukulas. Now what happened in the modern world? In the modern world, there is no question of following, or there is very difficult to follow these Yama and Niyama. What is Yama? Yama, first of all. Yama means, as you know, satyam, ahimsam, brahmacharya, asteyam, aparigraham. This is called Yama. These are the basically 5 steps or 5 parts of Yama. It means person has to always speak truth, satyam. Person has to live with the non-violence, that is called ahimsa. Brahmacharya, that means the person has to live with the so-called Brahman consciousness. It means he always need to live with the consciousness of soul consciousness. And then asteyam, non-stealing. That means non-possessing other things, others' properties. So that's also the great quality required, the part of Yama. And aparigraham, that means you need to be satisfied with what you have. That's also one of the quality. Then comes to Niyama. Niyama means what? Santosha, Saucham, Tapassu, Swadhyaya, Tapaha, Swadhyaya, Sajracha, Tapaha, Swadhyaya, Iswara Pranidhana. These are the 5 steps part of the Niyama. Friends, you observe in the Niyama also. What are the Niyama? The Niyama, that is Santosha. Santosha. Santosha means what? Always you need to be happy, permanently happy, blissful. You never need to get into the unhappiness, right? So then comes to Saucha. Saucha means cleanliness. Outside cleanliness, inside cleanliness. What is inside cleanliness? Your Vak Kshetra. That means what you speak, what you think. Everything must be refined, must be purified. That's how you need to live your life. That's called Saucha. Santosha, Saucha, Tapaha. Tapaha means you need to reduce. What you need to reduce? You need to reduce the intake of food, intake of sleep, and intake of anything, whatever your wantings. Everywhere, all the wantings has to be reduced. Tapa means mitigate. That's what the character you need to achieve. And then comes to Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya means self-analysis, self-study, and also reading right spiritual books. That's called Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya is very much possible only when you become, a master. Without which you can't understand many of the books, many of the spiritual books you can't understand unless you become a master. Anyhow, the finally Iswar Paridhana. What is Iswar Paridhana? It means you live close to the Iswara consciousness. Always you live with the Iswara consciousness. That is God's consciousness. So these are the five niyama, part of the five niyamas. Let me ask you one question, that all these 10 principles, the yama and niyama, all these are possible in nowadays anybody to achieve just by practicing, just by go on, they trying to practice, it is not possible. That is why if I put yama and niyama as a part, first two parts, first two steps of so-called Patanjali defined, what will happen, my dear friends? By looking at these two, the yama and niyama itself, many people go out of, many people will not approach the yoga itself. They go beyond, they go out of the yoga. They drop the yoga itself. They say that these yama and niyama I cannot achieve. I cannot achieve this yama and niyama, then only I can start my asana. So it is never possible because these are very strict principles. All the great characteristics, principles and conditionings, regulations are impossible for a common man. So that nobody will approach the yoga if you put these two principles at the beginning and say that first achieve these two, then I teach asanas. It is never possible, my dear friends. That is why, so what our Guruji, beloved Guruji, Brahmarshi Patriji has designed the same 8-step Ashtanga Yoga, the Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga is redesigned. And that means it is a rearranged, not designed, is a rearranged such a way that the first one will be asana as per the PSSM perspective or Guruji perspective. First is asana, then pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, yama, niyama. This is the order in which we will try to discuss today, my dear friends. Okay, so hope you understood the purpose why it is rearranged by our beloved Guruji. So the first step is, friends, the first step, as I told you, if you understand these 8 steps, you can definitely understand the entire spiritual science in 8 steps only. And also, so it's always possible if someone start implementing these 8 steps, you follow 8 steps, all these 8 steps, so very diligently, that means at least first 6 steps. First 6 steps are asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. These first 6 steps, if you follow perfectly, then you become a master. You become enlightened. Anybody want to become enlightened? Anybody want to get self-realization, liberation, moksha, mukti? What you are supposed to do? Atma Sakshatkara. Bhagavad Sakshatkara. You want to achieve it, you need to follow, you need to follow definitely the first 6 steps, my dear friends. Once you achieve the first 6 steps, the last 2 steps, yama and nema, they are the byproducts. They are default. By default, you will achieve all that. Yama and nema will be a part of your own character. You become that. Your own intrinsic character becomes like that. All those will be achieved by default. But you got to practice first 6 principles. First 6 steps will be so crucial for everybody in order to become an enlightened master. Now let's understand one step by step. Okay, the first step, my dear friends, what is the first step? That is asana. What is the asana we need to follow? In here also, many people will be confused. Asana means we think that physical asanas. Friends, of course, the asana, part of the asana also physical asanas. These physical asanas will be able to, everybody will practice like, like walking or exercises. You can use them for your physical fitness. Definitely you can use them for a physical fitness. But in these 8 steps, the asana, what I'm trying to define here is Sthira Sukha Asana. What it is? Sthira Sukha Asana. Right. So now, if you recollect, the kind of the procedure what I explained for so-called Anapanasati meditation, the first step is Sthira Sukha Asana, isn't it? Both are one and the same. Both are same. Now, we got to sit in the Sthira Sukha Asana. That means cross legs and cross the fingers and straight your sit, back erected, isn't it? And finally, you close the eyes. You made the entire physical body sitting in the asana. The asana is called Sthira Sukha Asana. There is no difficulty. You can sit n number of hours. You have to make your body comfortable to sit n number of hours. That's what yoga. That's what the meditation. Unless you make your physical body to sit erected, so to make your physical body stable to sit, that stability you have to achieve. Unless you achieve the stability, my dear friends, you will not be able to achieve the spiritual, so-called the deeperness of meditation. You can't enter into the deep state of meditation until your physical body stable. That's called Sthira Sukha Asana. Everybody can achieve if you follow this procedure. The whatever we teach part of Anapanasati, the first step is Sthira Sukha Asana. So that's how we need to do, right? Understood. Now what happened, friends? When you enter into the Sthira Sukha Asana, then you slowly what happens? Next step, what you do? You try to observe the natural breath, which is going in, coming in. That is a pranayama. But what kind of pranayama it is? It is not a forceful pranayama. It is no bahya pranayama or forceful pranayama. It is sukhamaya pranayama. Sukhamaya pranayama. That means there is no difficulty in, no kind of a, no, we are not going to do that. We'll be just sitting idle. Now my physical body is idle. I'm not wasting any of energy from my physical body. I kept my physical body stable. I so much energy I'll be conserving by closing my eyes, by locking all the parts of the physical body. I keep gaining energy. I keep conserving the energy, body energy. Now we enter into the second step, that is called Sukhamaya Pranayama. That is the second step of Ashtanga Yoga. So the first step is asana. Second step is, that is Tirasukha. Second step is pranayama. That is Sukhamaya Pranayama. That means what? Part of the pranayama, friends. See, Sukhamaya Pranayama, we just keep observing the breath or the nose tip, the breath which is going in, coming out. So at this state, what happens? So when you keep observing your breath, what happens? Your mind becomes empty. When the mind becomes empty, what happens? You receive the cosmic energy. In this state, you are called as a Dhyani, Abhyasi, meditator. You are called as a meditator. You are called as a Dhyani in the state of pranayama. So that is where you start receiving the cosmic energy, my dear friends. Now what happened? As you keep doing this, pranayama, say every day you'll be doing hours together, 2 hours, 1 hour, right? Depends upon your comfortability and availability of time. You keep practicing. Some people may practice more number of hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, or you may be practicing 1 hour, 2 hours. Depend upon your own practice. What happened? Your mind becomes empty in a faster way or slower way. So once your mind starts getting empty, then friends, what happened? I already explained you. We receive the cosmic energy through the Brahmarandra. So-called Brahmarandra, the cosmic energy starts entering within you. When you start getting the prana shakti or cosmic energy through the Brahmarandra, then what will happen? Slowly, what happens? Your inside, all the nadi suddhi, nadi cleansing will happen. When the nadi cleansing, that is your nadi mandala or energy body, etheric body, getting cleansed. So getting cleansed, what happened? All your purva janma karmas, past life karmas, everything will be gone, getting cleansed. Then slowly what happened, friends? You may be right within yourself. Now I locked my all physical senses. I close my eyes, isn't it? I lock my all fingers, so, cross the feet, and I'm not having any outside projection. My eyes are closed, isn't it? So then what happened? So now you're not able to see any of the physical world. All the outer world is cut off from you. Now when you go into the deeperness of this breath observation, get into the emptiness, more and more emptiness. What happened now? Slowly, inside you will be seeing a different colors, different images, different scenarios, and you may be seeing some gods, goddesses. You may be meeting some, the kind of some kind of messages you'll be receiving. So all that will start. So where from it is starting? It is starting inside. Then you will enter into so-called pratyahara. My dear friends, pratyahara. Try to understand. So the pratyahara means what happened? Pratyahara. That means pratya means opposite. Opposite food. What is the opposite food? Inner food. Now the outer food is cut off. No outer information is coming to me now because I am sitting idle. I'm not seeing the outer world itself. I'm cut off. But I'm able to see something inside, not with the physical eyes. I'm able to see with my own inner senses. What are the inner senses? Slowly, slowly, what happened, friends? Your own inner senses, inner viewing, inner listening, everything starts happening within you. That is called inner food. You are getting the food from inside. Opposite, there's opposite from the outside food, isn't it? Outside information. Now the inside information started happening. This is called pratyahara, state of pratyahara. So this pratyahara state, you are called as yogi. What you are? You are called as a yogi, friends. Now you are becoming a yogi by getting all these kind of experiences. Now, with these experiences, you still continue meditation. Still you are in the meditation deeper, deeper. Now you are going much more energy. You are receiving cosmic energy. Then what happens, friends? Then slowly you will end up in you will end up in activating your own third eye. Your own what is called third eye activation happens. The third eye activation happens. So the third eye activation happens. It means you'll be able to understand yourself. You'll be able to communicate with the higher world masters. You'll be able to see the different, the all the different masters you can communicate. You can view them. You can view the different worlds also. So that's what happens through your own soul eye. This is called soul eye. It's called the third eye is called soul eye. There are so many eyes for us. Our physical eyes are there. Mind eye is there. Our third eye is there. What is the fourth eye? Fourth eye is your is wisdom eye. So anyhow, so the third eye gets activated in so-called after if you continue pratyahara, friends, then you will enter into the dharana. What is called dharana? Dharana means stay. Friends, in the pratyahara, you are called as a yogi because you are in the pratyahara state. Some people will be in the so-called pranayama state. They are called as a dhyani. Then they enter into the slowly by the more and more practice of meditation. They enter into so-called the pratyahara. They are called as a yogi. Then after the much more deep meditation, you are continuing. What happens? You enter into so-called dharana. What is dharana? Dharana means I keep observing what is happening within me. What are the changes happening within me? I'll be keep observing, keep focusing on them. That means I'm seeing some master, I'm communicating, I'm seeing some images, some colors, the different images, different scenarios. I'm able to visualize within me. I'm go on focusing on them. So go on focusing on them. So then what will happen, friends? So you enter into the state is called dharana state. Continuous focus on particular thing is called dharana. In dharana state, my dear friends, you will become, that's what I said, you get activated your own third eye power. Third eye power gets activated, and then you are called as rishi. What you are called? You are called as a rishi. In dharana state, once you are leading your life, it means depends upon practice of amount of practice of meditation, you may enter into the so-called dharana state. The moment you sit in the meditation, you enter into the so-called dharana state. Then you are called as rishi. Okay. So rishi means you are able to see. You are able to, that kind of a drishti. The drishti is there. Third eye power has got achieved only at this state. That's called dharana state. Now still you are continuing meditation. You are in dharana state, still you are continuing meditation. Then what will happen, friends? So the state which happens for you by default, so with the continuation of dharana state, your meditation, you continue even in dharana state. What happened? Slowly, slowly, you enter into the so-called state that is meditation. That is dhyana. The dhyana or meditation happens on its own. If you continue the practice of observation of the breath, pranayama, pratyahara, dhyana, then after dharana, you default enter into the state called meditation or dhyana. That is the state, the highest state, my dear friends, wherein you are called as Rajarsi. What you are called as? Rajarsi. Friends, once you are in the perfect state of meditation or dhyana sthiti, Dhyana state, you are called as a Rajarsi. In the Dhyana state, what happens, friends? By the time you understood yourself, who are you? What are you? You understood about yourself. So much you understood about yourself. What did you understand? I understood that I am a soul consciousness. I got the third eye power. I could be able to see a lot of other worlds. I am able to communicate with the great highly evolved masters. I am able to communicate with the high frequency worlds. Everything I'm able to see, I'm able to do it. So that means I got to understand that I am a conscious being. I'm a soul consciousness. I'm not this physical body anymore. I'm not the physical body. I'm not the mind. I'm not the intellect. I am beyond all these things. I am a individual soul consciousness. That is what you understood by the time you reached so-called meditation or dhyana sthiti, isn't it? So now you understood, friends. You are a self-realized person by the time of meditation happens. That is the so-called fifth step, my dear friends. In the part of Ashtanga Yoga, fifth step we discussed now. After the dhyana, continue. If you keep continuing the meditation, what happens, friends? If you keep continuing meditation, so you also need to understand. You understood about yourself, isn't it? You also need to understand about all outside of you. You need to understand about all the things which are around you, surrounding you, what all the things are there, what all the different living beings, different planet, different, the total cosmos, whatever it is there, you need to understand about that also. So getting awareness about your surroundings, what is that? Whatever I have soul consciousness, the same soul consciousness is also exists everywhere. Whatever I am, same thing exists everywhere. Whatever is there in the others, the same thing exists in me. Both are one and the same. I and my father is one. I am the son of the I am the son of the Father. My father God. I am the son of the Father. My father and me are one and the same. There's no difference. I and you are one. So understanding all these things, when I understand about myself that I'm a Atmic consciousness, I'm a soul consciousness, that is called Aham Brahmasmi. That is over. Aham Brahmasmi is over with the state of meditation. Now, continuous practice of the same meditation, what happens is you achieve something called Mamatma Sarvabhutatma. It means the whatever the Atma is there in you, the same Atma, same soul is exists everywhere. It is omnipresent, it is omnipotent, it is omniscient, isn't it? So that's what the understanding you receive. You continue practice meditation after achieving the dhyana state, after you become a Rajarsi also, you continuously practice the meditation, then you achieve the state, one thing called Samadhi Sthiti. What is called Samadhi Sthiti? That is the sixth step of Ashtanga Yoga. Samadhi Sthiti. What is Samadhi Sthiti? Samadhi Sthiti means Samadhana Sthiti. What is Samadhana Sthiti? You got the answers about whatever you are still, whatever unanswered questions after reaching the Dhyana state, that is Rajarsi state, still you have a lot of questions. All the questions are not answered when you are a Rajarsi also. Now, after practicing more and more meditation, you become something called Brahmarsi. What happened? Once you achieve the Samadhi Sthiti with a much more deeper state of meditation, what happened? You achieve something called Samadhi Sthiti, Samadhana Sthiti, wherein you get all your questions answered, my dear friends. All your questions. There are no more questions pending with you. So that is called Samadhi Sthiti, Samadhana Sthiti. Don't get confused that Samadhi Sthiti means like somebody is buried in the Samadhi. No, it is not that. Samadhi Sthiti means you got answers for every question. It's called Samadhana Sthiti. Again, friends, within the Samadhi Sthiti also, there are two types. Vikalpa Samadhi, Savikalpa Samadhi. Virikalpa Samadhi, Savikalpa Samadhi. What is Virikalpa Samadhi? Savikalpa Samadhi. Savikalpa Samadhi means what? So there are still some more questions are pending. Some more questions are pending. That is Savikalpa Samadhi. Nirvikalpa Samadhi means what? There are no questions pending at all, my dear friends. So that is why even in the state of Samadhi also, we have two states. You have to continue, you got to continue practice meditation again. Then what happened? That is why, friends. So many of these yogis, you observe them in Himalayas and in different places, Avadutas, all these people, they will keep sitting and doing meditation. What they do, I don't know. Everybody wondering. All the common people will be wondering. All of us will be wondering what they do by sitting so many times, so many hours together. Yes, yes, it is required. Unless you enter into the deepest state, the deep conscious level, you never understand about the universe. You never understand yourself, you never understand the entire cosmos, my dear friends. It is highly difficult. That's what is required. Even Mummadivaram Balayogi, he has sat for 40 continuous years. He never stood up. No eating, no drinking. It is in Andhra Pradesh. In Andhra Pradesh, Mummadivaram, Rajamandri, near Rajamandri. So this is the yogi, Mummadivaram Bala Yogi. Okay, he has sat for continuous 40 years. He never woke up. He not even drinking, not even eating, nothing. He just sat like that, and his entire, the entire air was, grown to the ground, and he became like a, but still life is there. After 40 long years, he woke up on one fine day, then started drinking little, water, all these things. Then he lived so long time, so long life. But of course, everybody has to vacate this body on this earth planet. That's how, friends. Even in Himalayas, many of the yogis will be sitting for years together, 100 years, 200 years. Don't think that, by sitting nothing will happen. No, everything happens only by sitting. That is why you need to learn the art of sitting. That's called Sthira Sukha Asana. We need to achieve that. Okay, so by achieving this Sthira Sukha Asana, go on sitting, go on sitting. That's what the great yogis have done. Then only you understand completely about the so-called the mysteries, so-called the inner, the all the inner meanings of the entire universe. You can understand only in that extent, my dear friends. So that is why, so once upon a time, one small story I'll try to tell you. So in the lower lokas, that means Suvar Loka, Bhor Loka, in those lokas, some of the masters, they want to go and meet Iswara in the Satya Loka. All they decided, they have some question, they have some, things to be discussed. So they all decided one fine day, they want to go and meet took the permission from Iswara. So then they went. Then by the time they reached the Satya Loka, so he was sitting in the meditation and doing meditation. So he was in a deep state of meditation. Iswara also, right? Lord Iswara. So he was doing meditation. Then these people were wondering, how come, he's already a Lord Iswara, and so he's got so much power, Lord Shiva. He's got so much power already, he's a creator, he's the creator of the universe. Then why he's still doing meditation? They got the doubt. After knowing that they came here, so he opened the eyes and then he started asking, why you all came here? So of course they have some things to discuss later. But before that, they asked one question. So Lord Shiva, so why do you still doing meditation? You already achieved everything. Why do you do meditation still? They asked the question. Then he said, very humbly, he answered the question that, so, see, try to understand one thing. Above me, there are a lot of things to reach. Above him, above him, there are a lot of things to reach. Much more is there, much more creation is there above him. You can understand what the creation means. It is infinite, my dear friends. Even Iswara is doing meditation. The Lord Shiva is still continuing the meditation in Satyaloka. You can imagine what else is there beyond that. That means if something is there beyond him. He's also trying to understand those things, right? In his own, the kind of frequency level, what he is at. He's trying to understand much more beyond him. That's what the answer he has given to those people, those masters who came to meet him. So then they got wondered. So we thought, Satya Loka itself is a highest Loka. You already there in the Satya Loka. You are the creator of this entire universe. We thought it is only this much. But he said, there is infinite things are there, which are above me. I have a lot of things above me. I'm trying to understand them. I'm trying to access them through my continuous practice of meditation. That's what the answer given to him, given to all of them. So, my dear friends, this is how we need to understand. So in Samadhi Sthiti, there are two states. What are those two states? One is Nirvikalpa Samadhi, Savikalpa Samadhi. Savikalpa Samadhi, I have some more questions pending. Right? When I continue doing meditation in that level also, then I reach to a state called Nirvikalpa Samadhi, where my questions are zero. Pending questions are zero. All the answers I got about myself, about surroundings, about every being in this universe. I got the answers. That is called Nirvikalpa Samadhi. When you enter into Nirvikalpa Samadhi, what happened now? You became an enlightened, complete enlightened, fully enlightened person. You are so-called master, master of your life. You became a master. That means, friends, as we discussed from the beginning step, the last step is Samadhi Sthiti. With this, I became a master. So when I became a master, what happened? My all the qualities might be changed. Definitely could have been transformed. That's where I can easily follow Yama Niyama. What is Yama? Yama means Satya, Satyam, Ahimsam, Brahmacharyam, Asteyam, Aparigraham. These are very much possible for me. I don't need to practice separately because I'm a master. I always follow non-violence. I never think violently about anybody. I don't speak anybody violently because I'm a master. I got Samadhi Sthiti. I entered into Samadhi Sthiti. Then how can I follow a violence method? I never speak with a violent way. I never think violently about any other people. I don't do any violent activities. I am in a non-peaceful state. That's what the mastery state, isn't it? So then Satyam, you always speak truth. He can definitely speak truth because he is an enlightened master. How can he speak a untruth? Nothing will come out of your mouth. Once you are a master, you never speak untruth. He will be speaking only truth. Even whatever he says, that becomes a truth, isn't it? Like Sirdi Sai used to say, the rain has to come, rain will come. The rain has to stop, it will stop. So that's how, friends. Once you become a master, all the nature five elements also become friends to you. They become so closely connected to you. You can control them. That is the power with your words. That's called Satyam. Satyam, Ahimsa is over. Now, so Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya is possible. These are part of Nema I'm discussing with you. So the Brahmacharya is possible. Brahmacharya means what? I move with only Brahmin consciousness. I am Brahma. I am Aham Brahmasmi. Mamatma Sarvabhutatma. It's already there within you. There's nothing to follow. It's achieved. Then comes to Asteyam Aparigraham. Asteyam means what? Non-stealing, non-possessiveness of others. Of course, you don't need any from other people. You don't expect anything. You're not going to steal or you're going to possess anything from outside. You don't need. You are happy with what you are. Right? Then Aparigraham. Whatever you have limited resources, right? You are happy with it. You are contented. You don't need to search for any, you don't need to crave for any other things from outside world, from anybody. That is called Aparigraham. Friends, so now Yama is achieved by a master. Once you become a master, you achieve Yama. What is Niyama? Saucham, Santosham, Tapaha, Swadhyaya, Iswar Paridhana. That means Saucham. Saucham means, of course, because I am a master, but inside me is completely refined. It's completely what it is. So it is completely cleansed. So my inner voice, my whatever thinking, my speaking, my deeds, everything is pure, completely purified. I'm a completely cleansed person, inside and outside. That's called Saucham. Santosham. Because I'm a master, I'll be always in the present moment. I enjoy every moment. I celebrate every moment. It means what? I'm a fully contented person. I'm a blissful person, isn't it? I'm a blissful person. I'm a blissful person. I'm leading my life with a blissful state. That is called Santosham, eternal happiness. I am leading my life with eternal happiness. That is the state I reached once I became a master, once I became a Samadhi Sthiti, once I got the Samadhi Sthiti. So it is possible. Then comes to what? Tapaha. What is meant by tapaha? Tapaha means mitigate, reduce. Yes, of course. Because I'm a master, I reduced all the requirements, right from food, sleep, isn't it? Anything extra, nothing required for me. Everything is a limited format. Everything I reduced, isn't it? Sometimes I have food, I'm okay. I don't have food, I'm okay. I have sleep, I'm okay. Without sleep, I'm okay. With everything, I'm okay. That is a state called the pure acceptance states. You reach it. You reach to, that's called tapaha. Tapaha means not tapassu means, friends. Tapaha means mitigation. Right? Hope you understood. Now, after that, swadhyaya. What is swadhyaya? Self-study. You study yourself. You already study yourself. You became a master, you already studied yourself, you understood about yourself very completely, absolutely you understood about yourself. And also, in the state of so-called mastery, master state, if you read any book, you can understand very fast. All the books. Before you become a master, you read the books. After you become a master, after you achieve the enlightenment state, you read any book, you understand the entire book within no time. Any Bhagavad Gita, Quran, Bible, anything, whatever you read, all the Puranas, read any Vedas, Upanishad, you can understand in no time because you are a master. That's called Swadhyaya. You become an expert in Swadhyaya once you become a master, once you get into the Samadhi sthiti. Now, finally, Isvara Pranidhana. What is Isvara Pranidhana means? It means, so I will be living in the consciousness of always Isvara consciousness. I always, move everywhere, go everywhere, live my life, throughout my life, everywhere, wherever I roam, wherever I go. I will be living with the always soul conscious state. In the soul conscious state, I will be there. In the Isvara conscious state, I will be living throughout my life because I understood within me there is a God. I myself is a God. Everything is a God. Around me, everything is a God. The completely everything is a Isvara consciousness. So with which you are leading the life, it's called Isvara Pranidhana. Right? Friends, now this is how we need to understand the entire. So now you understood, right? You understood the how you understood is this 8-step Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga is rearranged such a way that asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, after samadhi, yama, nema. Right? Hope you understood. With this, your entire spiritual science is explained to you. Please follow it and try to practice it. You also become a master. Hoping that everybody become master in this current life itself. So thank you, friends.